Hey y'all, Father Jim Haney from St. Paul's in the Plains in Lubbock and Texas Tech, Canterbury. I'm standing here in the midst of Goldilocks and the three bears, Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and little baby bear at the bottom. Goldilocks is a marvelous reminder of something important in the way that God creates the universe. No, it's not important that little girls should break into other people's houses and eat their porridge and sleep in their beds. That's not the point. But if you remember the story, every time Goldilocks tries things out, she tries Papa's stuff, it's too hard or it's too hot. Mama's stuff is too soft, too cold. But Baby Bear's stuff is always just right. There's kind of that magic sweet spot with Baby Bear stuff. Of course, Goldilocks and Baby Bear are about the same size, and so maybe that plays into the story as well. And maybe that's why kids love it so much. But the universe is set up in a very much a Goldilocks way. I have preached about this before. In fact, I did a sermon that won the national award for sermons on science and religion. I can point you to that if you're interested in this. But there's the famous anthropic principle in science that the universe seems to be set up in a way that is just right for creatures like us to exist. If you just tweak it a little bit, we couldn't exist. In fact, if you tweak it just a little bit, matter, the stuff around us, from the bronze of the statues to the wood of the trees to the gravel on the ground, all this stuff wouldn't exist, including us. Simple things, the distance of the Earth. If we were a little bit closer, like the planet Venus, Venus is a hot hell. If we had a little more atmosphere like the planet Venus, we'd be in real trouble. Mars, on the other hand, is a little bit further out. It's a cold, barren, dry world. It's a little bit smaller than Earth. It can't hang on to its atmosphere. We really live on a planet, remarkably, that's just right. And there are many parameters in the universe, even things at the heart of matter, things that have to do with the nature of atoms. If binding energy was just a little bit different amongst the particles in the nucleus of an atom, things would fall apart. And some of those, if they were just a couple percentage points different, or sometimes even millions or billions or trillions of a percentage point different, we would not exist. The great physicist John Polkinghorne's a physicist and a priest. He was a physicist first, and he went to seminary and studied and became a priest. Award-winning particle physicist and Anglican priest of the Church of England. He said that it's such a coincidence, it's such an amazing coincidence, it almost defies belief that the universe is set up like it is. And he says there are a couple of possibilities. There could be an infinite number of universes, and there are some cosmologists that suggest that, and that we just lucked out, won the cosmic lottery. Or it could be that God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, the God who created all things that are, has created this universe in order for creatures like us to exist. And I certainly would lean towards the latter. In fact, John Polkinghorne uses the illustration. He says, imagine that you're standing in front of a firing squad and trained marksmen, all 50 of them, and they all fire their rifles at you and they miss. He says there are two possible explanations. He says maybe there are an infinite number of firing squads out in the universe, and on this day you just happen to be in the firing squad where all 50 miss. Now, one marksman may miss every once in a while, but for all 50 to miss, that's highly unlikely, but it could happen statistically every once in a while. Or Dr. Father Polkinghorne says, maybe you might come to the conclusion the guys in the firing squad, like me, they chose to miss on purpose. Well, I don't think the universe is a cosmic accident. I think we live in a Goldilocks universe precisely because we do have a loving God who created it and created us to live in it. And so with that thought, I will wish you a good day and hope that things for you are just right. God bless.